What is up, Friar Faithful? We are back. Welcome to the LFGSD Padres podcast. We are filming on location at the University of San Diego today. So please excuse the audio. It's probably an echo. I'm here in my conference room and just soaking up the sun and enjoying the beautiful USD campus as I get some studying done. Here's the little view of the room. I just wanted to come on here. Today's an off day for the Padres, so it gives me a chance to take a break because when the Padres are playing, it just consumes so much of my time. But today I had a day off because the Padres had a day off. So I just want to give you some content to kind of go over, rehash everything that's been going on lately. As you know, right now the Padres have the best record that they've had ever in their history. I think it's like 18 games out of 22 or something like that, something crazy. It's a lot. And I mean, even beyond that, even if you don't know the numbers, it's all good because you know just as well as I do that the feeling, the vibe, I mean, like I said, even if you don't know the numbers, you know something is going on. You know something good is going on. You know they've won a lot of games and they've won a lot of games in a row. And they just got finished sweeping the Pirates, which we didn't think was going to happen. Well, I mean, the Pirates are in last place, but how did the Padres usually do this season and last season against, last place teams? We usually get swept by those teams, or we're not even able to win the series. So definitely something different. A lot of people may say, well, it was the Marlins, it was the Pirates, but for the Padres, it means a lot because these are the games that we need to win. And we always say that, and then it never happens. So the fact that they actually followed through, and swept the Pirates the way they should have is saying something. And I think what it really says is that the bullpen is awesome. That's the reason why you're going to win those games, because either one, you hold on to your lead, or either two, you come back from a deficit. So, and are able to stop the other team from continuing to score. So, I mean, just so much, right? The offense has to score to come back in a deficit. That also says something that hadn't happened in the past. Once they were down, they would just not come back. And, everybody has noticed the way that this team has just keep coming back when they're in the hole. When they're down, it doesn't even matter if they're down 5-0 in the first or second inning. People have this vibe like, oh, Padres are going to be able to come back. So just some remarkable things I just want to kind of go over really quick. One of them is the fact that the Padres are 16 games over 500, which is freaking crazy. If you think back to, I don't know, like a month ago, or I guess before the All-Star break, I mean, we were like struggling to stay above 500. One game, we would fall under, we'd be even, and we'd get one a game above. We just kept going back and forth, and now we just keep going up and up and up. And now we're 16 games over 500, which is just crazy to think about and to even say. It's just insane. I mean, it's just a huge margin, which is awesome. And, we're not worried about, we're going to fall under 500. I guess part of the problem, though, is that the Diamondbacks are also doing really good, and so we're not gaining any ground on the Diamondbacks. So we're in third place, if you can believe that. You would think, right, we'd be at least in second. But don't worry, because the Dodgers lost today. So that means we're only 2 games behind the division championship. And so are the Diamondbacks. So we're tied with them. That is going to come down to a head-to-head game between the Diamondbacks and the Padres and the Dodgers. So those games, if you haven't got tickets for that, I'm thinking about going out to Arizona to watch one of those games. I think it's going to be amazing. The fight is going to come down to the very end. So mark my words, you heard it here. I was going back and looking at the record on, Baseball Reference. I don't know if this is true. I just looked over it briefly, but I think we've swept 8 different teams, or not different teams, but 8 different times, because we swept the Pirates twice, the Nationals twice. So Maybe it's like 6 different teams. But the fact that we've swept 8 times is just freaking nuts. So pretty gnarly. I wanted to talk a little bit about Martín Pérez, and I want to make sure that people hear the way you're supposed to pronounce his name correctly. It just gets kind of irritating hearing people Perez, Martin Perez. I'm like, bro, that's not how you say his name. It's Martín Pérez. He has been freaking amazing so far. This since we've got him at the trade deadline. The first 3 starts that he's had for the Padres are just freaking awesome. He's gone deeper than almost all of our other regular starters. I think he's doing better than Randy Vasquez. So Martín Pérez is an amazing pickup that we got. Of course, we got to give props to A.J. Preller for that, because everyone wants to bag on Preller. But when he does amazing things like this, nobody wants to give him credit. So people are starting to come around. But, did anybody expect Martín Pérez to do so good? I know I didn't. People were just kind of like, oh, yeah, whatever. He was just a pickup. He was nothing special. We needed to get another starter, and we didn't get one. All we got was Martín Pérez. That's what you heard people saying a lot. Even me, I don't know anything about him, so I didn't know what to expect. But if I were to just believe what everybody else was saying, which was that we didn't get a starter. All we got was relievers. They weren't even counting Pérez. So this guy totally counted out. Compare him to Tim Hill and to who else did we get last year? Nelson Cruz, folks like that. I forgot who the other dude was, but a couple of the guys that were just not pitchers, but they were just garbage. The folks that we picked up at the trade deadline, they didn't do anything really much for us. The other day, I did want to say too, yesterday's game, Adrian Morejon pitched, and people don't realize that he had the flu, and he went out there. I'm not sure how long he had it before, but he was out before yesterday's game, and so I'm not sure if he still had. It takes time to recover from the flu, so I don't know how long he had it. I would have to go back and look to see when was the last time he pitched, but it can't have been more than 5 days, right? So the fact that he went in there after having the flu and still closed that game, that's freaking awesome. Yeah, I think actually the last time he pitched was when he got his first save. So Adrian Morejon, great job. Even though he gave up a couple runs, he still held it together. We were winning by 8. So even if we were winning by 3, we still would have won. But he still did a good job. I'm glad. I know he could have did better, but again, he had the flu, fella. So chill out, man. Something I wanted to mention about all the controversy about the press conference after the game the other day. Honestly, I think Schulte went a little bit overboard. That guy, he has a really hard time taking criticism. He always wants to spin it, and I'm going to come out here and I'm going to be on the side of the reporter. Everybody is jumping on the reporter. Oh man, what a dumb question. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest question, but that doesn't warrant such a hostile response from the coach. So Schulte, you need to Schulte out. This dude, he just got to learn how to deal with this. During the playoffs, what's going to happen if we lose a game or something like that and people ask him questions and critical questions? He's not going to be able to handle that. So we need him to hold it together, because the pressure's going to keep getting more. It's going to keep getting higher. Something else I wanted to point out too is that the Padres cut their salary. I think it was by $150 million. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Leave a comment. That even though we cut payroll and the Dodgers added Shohei Ohtani and added to their payroll, they are barely 2 games above us in the division. So, hey man, if you go based on fate, or if you go based on karma or whatever, the Dodgers are going to lose this division just because they spent so much money and just because they got Shohei Ohtani. It's just gonna bite them in the butt, man. It happened to us when we had Soto. We went all in, and We had Snell, we had Hader, we had all these fools, and we didn't get nothing from it. We didn't even make the playoffs last year. So it's just going to be so sweet when the Dodgers don't even make the division. I would die if they don't even make the playoffs. I mean, come on, that's going to be nuts. I don't even know if that's possible. But the other thing is that we are competing with the Diamondbacks, who went to the World Series last year. So we're competing with some pretty heavy teams. I mean, the Dodgers have spent the most team to any other team, and World Series contenders from last year. I'll wrap it up with this, man. The Dodgers lost to the Brew Crew. So I'm pretty happy about that. And, we're only 2 games behind, man. We are currently 69-53, which is freaking nuts. So watch out, Dodgers. We're coming for your ass. And the Diamondbacks, y'all better start losing. But if you don't lose and it's between us two, tiebreaker, let's go. Let's get it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching LFGSD Padres podcast. I am your host, Abel. Thanks for watching. Let's go, Padres. Peace.